Mastering Resume Writing Skills, Formatting and Layout of a Well-Written Resume, Raiden S. Introduction. Resume writing is a skill that requires a blend of two key ingredients, art and content. In this instance, art refers to the ability to present the masterpiece tastefully and comprehensively. A resume that is well laid out is better received compared to one that lacks the looks. Let's try to understand the concept using gourmet and cuisine. Let's look at the two pictures. Assume you walk into a restaurant for dinner and you are presented a menu. Having decided on a broccoli-based dish for dinner, you run through the many pages of colorful gourmet delights and realized you had two choices, either A or B. Which would you choose? Even without tasting, most would choose A. Reasons being, it's well organized, the color contrasts are carefully chosen, and it is presented beautifully on its dish. Everything looked fantastic to the diner even before savoring the taste. It's exactly the same when it comes to writing your resume. To ensnare the attention of the hiring manager, your document must be visually pleasing. Therefore, the formatting plays a critical role in securing the crucial first 30 seconds of attention of the hiring manager. Here are some tips on improving the formatting and layout of your resume. 1. Use of quality paper. It's an established corporate practice to print documents on white A4 sized paper. Respect this practice. Your resume should be printed on pristine white, crisp, and wrinkle-free paper. It should also be sufficiently thick for a good hold. 80 GSM paper is ideal. The end result is a good visual and kinesthetic appeal at the instant the hiring manager holds it in his hands. 2. Use of appropriate fonts. If I can't read it, I won't read it. That's what happens most of the time. If the document is overcrowded with words in size 8 fonts, it becomes a pain to even start reading. Imagine if the hiring manager is an elderly with astigmatism. Would he even want to read further? Or would he be tempted to brush yours aside and move on to the next applicant? Likewise, you should also select your fonts carefully. Use fonts that make you mature and professional. Fonts such as Comic Sans MF or Stencil are discouraged. Calibri, Arial, or Times New Roman are among the most widely accepted fonts today. By carefully selecting the correct font and the corresponding size, you can project a positive image of yourself and your resume even before it's read. 3. Overcluttering. This is one of the most commonly observed phenomena in resume writing. Everything seemed important and I must write them down. This is definitely not true. Certainly, you may have accumulated a wealth of experience or accomplishments, but squeezing in everything greatly increases the chance of your resume ending up in the bin without even being read. You have to prioritize your work items and achievements. Highlight only the best and the most value-adding work you've done. Non-value-adding or mundane work items should be omitted. 4. Typographical errors. Most hiring managers have little tolerance towards typographical errors since these errors can be eliminated easily. Having typo errors in such an important document shows just how careless you can be, and this definitely doesn't bode well for your resume. It's not difficult to eliminate typo errors, though. After you're done with your writing, simply hit F7 on the keyboard to activate the automatic spell check. However, take note that spell check checks only the spelling and not the grammar. Look at the sentences to understand the limitations of spell check. Can you spot the spelling errors that escape the spell check scan? Led a beam of 10 technicians to analyze the causes of production equipment failure. Supervised a group of 5 contractor companies to set up the temporary production facility. After running the spell check, get a friend to proofread your resume for you. Alternatively, you can take a short rest before you proofread your own document. The approach is to get an objective and independent review of your resume. You'd be surprised at the kind of mistakes you made. 5. Proper structuring. Even with the relevant content, you need a well-defined structure to bring out the highlights in a systematic manner. Use the following structure as a guide. 1. Name and contact details. 2. Career objective. 3. Professional experience. 4. education. 5. Other relevant skills and experience. 6. Language proficiency. 7. Hobbies, interests. 8. References. Reorganize your massive load of information in chronological order and classify them into the relevant subheaders. Bear in mind that you should only showcase your best in each category. Take note that the more value-adding work you showcase, the more valuable you become. That naturally increases your attractiveness as a potential candidate for the job over the other contenders. In summary, your document must appeal pleasantly to the senses of the hiring manager at first glance. The information should be neatly presented and unraveled systematically to showcase your good work. This is the artistic aspect of resume writing, and the better you are at this, the more likely you'll create a good first impression on the hiring manager. For more detailed information on resume writing skills, please visit my blog at www.iwantthedamnjob.com. Raiden S.